coming in with a weekly collective for this next week in, well, this last week in February, so the 23rd to the 28th. I'm coming in to see what the energies are for this week. So let's get right to it. Archetypal energy for the week for the collective. Ooh, so we got rebirth coming up here. So it looks like here, we're going through the process of, rebirthing. Maybe there's a new beginning that's starting to happen here. Last week was about new beginnings coming to fruition. So it looks like here, we've walked through kind of a gateway, and we're like this innocence. We've got this like nakedness, this child here. So I feel like here we're kind of walking into this gateway, this new path, awakening. We've got the white rabbit here, that lucky rabbit. And I feel like here too, it's kind of giving me almost the energies of like springtime as well with this card, renewal, rejuvenation, going from one way of being to another. We've got the spiral there, so it's like giving me spiral wisdom. There's a transformation that has occurred. So let's see here, a guide. Guide that's coming up. Oh, this one just flipped over, so we're taking this one here. Ascended Master Yogananda and Rhodonite. Empowered service. So I step right into my rightful spiritual place. So I feel like here too, it's like we're like stepping into that, like they're kind of sounding the horns. It's like I feel like stepping into a rightful place, right? With dignity, reverence, and grace. My higher purpose is empowered by the divine. My connection to the light is strong, unwavering, and enduring, so much so that my trust in its power and presence is unconditional. Yeah, because we're saying my higher purpose is empowered by the divine. So you could have had some new beginnings starting last week, some new beginnings starting this week as well. And it's like walking the path, really. Like we're stepping onto this new way of being, I feel like here. And it's like it's supported by the divine. It's empowered by the divine as we're walking that path. I accept the invitation from the universe to step up to a new level of expression and fulfillment of my higher purpose. Yeah, like I was just saying, we're stepping up to a newer level. I feel like you're walking the path too. I open my heart to the divine harvest of blessings pouring into my soul. I recognize the readiness within my own soul. So yeah, it looks like here we've got this empowered service stepping into our rightful place. I feel like too, a lot of people are in alignment with or have come into alignment with their path. And are like, it's like this new beginning has started on that. It's almost giving me like a new timeline type of thing. So we're accepting the invitation from the universe to step up. So if there's some sort of opportunities around you, I feel like here it's like that's the universe sending you those invitations. I open my heart to the divine harvest of blessings pouring forth. So I feel like here we've got those. You could be getting some manifestations come in. We've got this abundance, this blessings, which could be, material wealth, but also too, I feel like here abundance of love, of joy, of empowerment as well. So I feel like here, this one, with Ascended Masters, we've got we're walking the path, the path to mastery. Lessons, learnings. I feel like it's the spiritual journey. So I feel like here there's an invitation to step up, and it's saying here I recognize the readiness. So you're ready to step up. Soul lesson that's popping up at this time here. So envy. It's saying here I am the same as everybody with different challenges. Yeah, so sometimes too on the path there could be some sort of projection of envy, having other people step into their path and that service there, and it could be something where it's like, oh, why why hasn't it happened for me, or some sort of internal struggle that it feels like here. But I feel like here, this being highlighted this week, because it's like, yeah, it's like we are the same as everybody. We are all one, right? But it's like we just have different challenges and a different path. Everybody's path is unique. It's recognizing that your path is unique to you. It's everybody's path is different. They may have some commonalities within them, but it is unique to you because you are unique. So I feel like here, letting go of some of that. And that's really kind of, I feel like, rooted in our root chakra. I feel like it's more rooted in really that, like, I feel like it's a collective, like it's almost like a collective. It's giving me like there's a collective entanglement with that within the emotions of envy. It's almost like it's something that's being generated, I feel like, by this tribal, this karmic force. I don't know, we'll see if something pops up around that. But I feel like it's being highlighted this week. And it's just for you to realize, and that's a good affirmation, is like, I am the same as everybody with different challenges here. But I feel like too, it could be affecting some of our emotions as well. We've got the sacral in there. So that really emotional, the emotions, I feel like the envy is coming. You know, it's going to bring up some emotions of envy. But also too, I feel like here, I feel like this is a collective, like a tribal thing, a collective energy that's happening here. Cosmic, I'm getting, there's some sort of cosmic entanglement with that. Let me see what else comes up here. What else is popping up for the collective here? So we got some moonlight here. It's saying travel, romance, potential. Yeah, I feel like here it's really focusing on potential here with this empowered service, you know, that higher potential, stepping into your higher purpose, you know. Also too, accepting that invitation from the universe. It's a newer level of expression, a higher fulfillment of your purpose. I feel like there's unlimited potential there. I feel like too, with this moonlight, we've got this very calm energy coming in here. And I feel like there's like this reflection as well within that, how far you've come, how far you've grown as well within that. The moonlight is like about illumination, so I feel like there's things that are going to be illuminated with this new path. There might be some travel that you're planning on taking soon. You may be called to travel somewhere as well. This is like a fulfillment of your higher purpose. And then too, we've got romance here. So we've got this rebirth. So we have this like innocence. I feel like too here, we've got this empowered service that might bring, you know, some sort of, because it's very big heart energy. We're very big heart energy. So I feel like here that can bring and magnetize that towards you. But I feel like here we've got this kind of very, very calm energy. We've got this very blue energy here, kind of like nighttime subconscious. I feel like there's stuff that's going to be illuminated within your subconscious. And then number 36, number 9, I feel like here there's a fulfillment of potential here. Let's see what else comes up here. So we've got playfulness, 3939. So I feel like bringing in some of that playfulness, like I was saying, we've got this innocence on our path is really going to help us open us up. Playfulness too also helps us relax, rejuvenate our energy. So we've got that rebirth, that rejuvenation with that. So I feel like here we've got this innocence with this card here. Very pink, very connected to the heart. We've got this very pink energy in both these cards. I feel like very connected to the heart. I feel like too that's going to help empower you. It's the vibration of it. I feel like keeping like an open mind, keeping things light on the journey I'm getting here. Like with this rebirth, it's like the possibilities, keeping things light and playful. Especially too with that rabbit too, because it's like that rabbit's like, you know, that hibby hobbity kind of animal it's jumping around. I feel like it's kind of like looking at things, you know, through the eyes of a child. Keeping things light, keeping things joyful, keeping things playful is really going to help. And I was just in a group where we talked about that. Play and you know, the secret art of how play really helps open you up. And then with that there, we have 24 with the 3939. So then we've got 6. So then I feel like too, that's going to help with our spiritual connection. Yeah, I feel like that's really going to help with our connection with the divine. He's saying my connection to the light is strong, unwavering, and enduring. Yeah, I feel like it's going to help with the connection, is like having that playfulness. Then we've got this like travel, romance, and potential in there. So I feel like here it's like it's going to help magnetize those things in. So let me see what else comes out. Totem, animal totem coming out here for the week is the squirrel. And it says here, always prepared. You're an expert of hard work and hard play. Yeah, so we got the playfulness coming out here with the hard play. So yeah, that's what I mean, like, because we are doing, because like a lot of people that are on their path, on their spiritual path, it can constantly feel like work, right? It's balancing it out that with that play. Working hard, if you work hard, you know, you're being asked to play hard, really get into that state. So I feel like that's a message for quite a few people here. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Yeah, because we've got that childlikeness, the cheerfulness, that fun. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Yeah, so I feel like here it's like all that work. It could be like there could be some sort of distractions within that to help. It kind of takes us off course, but I feel like, you know, balancing that out with the play really helps us bring us back into that. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. So I feel like here too, yeah, we're looking into the future. Stepping into that, I feel like here too. So we've got these little chickadees on here. It's almost like the energy of fall on this card, where he's getting, you know, the squirrel's getting, you know, prepared, always having that ahead of time. It's gathering those things like ahead of time, because whenever we're going to need them. I feel like too, that's a lot of the spiritual path, is like attaining the things that we're attaining. So just for example, like for me, whenever I started on the spiritual path, I was like really caught up in learning, knowledge, not really know why. I had like this thirst for it, almost I could say probably an obsession, because that is kind of something I do have in my past lives. But I felt like, why am I learning this? Why do I have this thirst for this all of a sudden? And I didn't really realize until afterwards, when I started doing readings, that's what I was gathering for these readings. Like, if I can talk about chakras because I know a bit about them, like I can talk about the Ascended Masters because I know a bit about them, I can talk about you know, spiritual topics because not only that I've read them, I do have the wisdom. I feel like on my life's path, because wisdom is really that knowledge, but I feel like there's some things too that we can learn from others with books, widen our perspectives as well. I've had a lot of books that have really opened my perspectives to things. So I feel like here it's like all of these things are going to matter on your path that you might be acquiring. Maybe there's something new that you're being asked to step into with this rebirth. but I feel like here it's like you're acquiring that for this empowered service, for this service that you're being called to, that you're being invited to. So let's see what else pops up here. I'm going to pull a crystal companion. So we got rhodonite. And I feel like rhodonite's really connected to that heart energy. And I'll link the meditation with this one as well. Let's see, another crystal companion. What do we got here? Kunzite. Very heart energy as well. So what is it? A high vibe lithium infused lilac pink stone that glows with an energy that could be described in a word as cuddly. Who needs it? Yeah, we got that playful energy, right? Who needs it? Anyone with a heavy heart about something, collectors of good vibrations. Yeah, I feel like too, we've been talking quite a bit about vibrations on my Facebook. And I feel like too, that's because we're being asked to step into a higher expression. Yeah. Where to put it? Place it on your heart and breathe deeply of Kunzite's cotton candy essence, or hold it in your left hand and whisper sweet nothings to yourself. When to use it? Call on Kunzite after a breakup or a major disappointment, or when you're beating yourself up about something. You don't need permission to be here. You belong. If you forget that, pause, tap into Kunzite's pink prismatic vibration and let love rule. Open up your love channel. Yeah, so I feel like too, that could be kind of a little bit where that envy is stemming from. It says after a major disappointment, so you're beating yourself up about something. So I feel like too, we might be having that envy that might be highlighted, I feel like this week. Our challenges might be a little highlighted as well with that, because I feel like that's where we're being asked to look at our challenges. So you don't need permission to be here. You belong. Yeah, I'm really getting that with this empowered service as well. Like I step into my rightful spiritual place. So I feel like you belong there. You belong here. You don't need that permission to. So let's see what else comes up here. Let's do a past life. Past life or past energy that's coming forward for this week. We have this one come up a lot. So yeah, feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt. So I feel like here that might be highlighted. Like it might be too with they come with a little bit of envy surrounding maybe some of the challenges that you have versus, you know, it could be internally, which is being projected externally, and vice versa for you to look at. But also too, we've got this, I feel like there's some sort of lesson that's completing, because we have number 10 here, and then we've got a rebirth, and so we've got like an ending and then a new beginning. I feel like there's going to be an ending of you doubting yourself and stepping into your rightful place. You belong. You know, you don't need permission. And I feel like too, that feelings of inadequacy that can stem from that is like needing permission from, it could be from our caregivers, our family line. You don't need permission to you know, to be confident, I feel like here. So I feel like there's going to be an ending to that self-doubt. I want to just pull another card for a thread of karma that's coming out here. Because I feel like you're being empowered now, because we have feelings of inadequacy and then empowered service. I feel like the divine is helping to empower you on your purpose. So like, I feel like here it's like, this is helping you to clear that self-doubt that you have. The signs, the synchronicities, the way that you feel as well. So it says unblock the flow. This is a karmic thread here. It says, when your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Start small, clean a space, cry it out, speak a truth. Movement is medicine. Yeah, so it's like here, it's like we're being, you know, we've got that self-doubt here. Maybe there's this envy, and I was saying that's kind of like in our emotions. So it's saying to unblock the flow. So yeah, it could be clearing out your physical space, which is like, you know, your environment, like internally is a reflection. So it's like clearing out a physical space, you know, clearing out emotional space. Some of the emotions that we have as well. Cry it out, speak a truth. So movement is medicine, and that's funny because I literally was just posted on my Facebook about sitting with, you know, combating negative thoughts, movement. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, movement is medicine. So we're gonna move, somatic dance. I'm getting yoga. You know, she's got this energy of like kind of sweeping, cleaning up a little bit of maybe our environment internally and externally, opening up some windows, letting some of that fresh air in. That's why I was getting with spring. Let's like rebirth with this. It's like a spring energy. It's almost like opening up some of those windows and letting some fresh air into your spaces. And we do that same too with our breath. Really breathing in and breathing out, consciously breathing that air in and out. But also too, I'm getting here because there's like a piece of paper and a desk, journaling as well. I feel like journaling, that energy, it's like, yeah, it's journaling that energy and then balling it up and throwing it out. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with that one. Because like we've got a piece of paper here and like there's paper in the garbage. I feel like that could be kind of maybe like a little ritual or something, like writing down maybe some of the negative thoughts that you have too. Some of the negative thoughts maybe about yourself, about others, about emotions that you have as well. Because I'm getting here, it's like speak a truth. So I feel like writing down a truth, something that you feel is a truth. I feel like here, that's going to help, I don't know, it's going to help something get the energy out. And then also too, we're kind of balling up and throwing it out. So we're getting rid of that energy. Yeah, it's like speak a truth. And you know, that's something that it's like really hard to speak when we're like jealous or we're like envious, because a lot of times like we're in kind of denial of that. So I feel like here it's like maybe writing out somewhere or someone or something that you might feel a little envy towards. Could be maybe a relationship or like I was saying, like some sort of purpose regarding your life's path, where you feel envy. Sit with the feeling. Sit with the feeling of it. We were posting about this the other day too. Sit with the feeling of it. Journal it, accept it, have gratitude for it, and let it dissolve. Okay. So what else am I going to pull here? I got this new Light Web Oracle deck. So let's see. What else do we got here coming up? So infinite possibilities, yeah. And we talked about this a little bit already in this reading. Potential, the possibilities. So it says new avenues, choices, 222, options, and hope. So we got this light, I feel like here. We've got this illumination, this light. Also too, you know, number 222, that's one I've been seeing quite a bit for the last, actually I just saw it today, a license plate. I always get license plate. But also too, like there might be some choices as well on this new path, or like this, taking this step up. But also too, there is infinite possibilities. So I feel like watching out for those synchronicities like that 222, that means you're going to be in alignment with that. Number 21, number 3. I feel like here we've kind of got this mind, body, soul alignment as well with that. So we've got this crown kind of illumination, and I feel like too this is kind of like in our hands as well. So I don't know, you might be doing something with your hands, whether it be art, Reiki, could be like even typewriting, playing music, something like that. But I feel like here our crown is being illuminated. I feel like the synchronicities are going to be pretty big. And I feel like too, if you are going through that, a little bit of that envy, have some hope, because we've got hope on this card. So I feel like it's like, you know, have some hope on your journey. Things will happen as they should, and they'll happen in divine timing, right? When the time is right. So let's see, what else do we have here? Our dimensional cards. Because you could have that feelings of inadequacy too. So, you know, you're just being asked to have that hope. Everything is working out. Some of you could feel a little bit like in a void. I feel like there is a collective rebirth because we're going through an ascension process as well. So we got reflective truth in here. And it says identity, self-love, acceptance. Yeah, so like we were saying about the emotions, we got this very big heart green energy, this empowerment, this empowered service. I feel like here this is like a empath, a healer, kind of that energy there. But I feel like very big heart energy. So reflective truth. So like I was saying, you know, write down a truth. Yeah, because with that it says speak a truth. So I feel like here, I feel like the things are like, I feel like, yeah, the crown is being illuminated, and like we have this kind of energy of the third eye here too. It almost looks like she's like meditating. And I feel like there is going to be some truths reflected back to you, if that makes any sense. But I feel like too here we're gaining our identity. There's like a transformation here. But I feel like there's going to be some truths reflected back. So then we've got number 31, so number 4, yeah, so I feel like that is too, like it's the heart chakra. Truths to the heart I'm getting, but also with that, I'm getting it's like our stability, like our stability as well, like that identity. I feel like we're gaining like, we're starting to remember like who we are with that. So let's pull a, yeah, we're opening up our love channel. So the heart, the reflective truths. So I'm gonna pull a higher self card. So we've got this one quite a few times before. So it says life isn't a sprint, it's a long race, and you're not in it just to win it. So yeah, we're in it for the growth. We're not like trying to race through stuff. I feel like here it's about kind of taking our time with the journey. It's like being grateful for the journey. I'm really getting with this. And then we've got that movement in this card, and like I was saying, light exercise. Actually, I was getting going for a jog earlier, not something that I really do, but just movement in any kind. So I feel like here we're not in it just to like, you know, it would be nice to be able to kind of just rush through it and you know, get done with it, but you're never really done. And you're really to kind of take those steps up in the spiritual path. It's like really slowing down, feeling into emotions, you know, feeling into like stillness. There's those ebbs and flows, right? So I feel like here, you know, it's like we're kind of like in it for this long haul. We're here to kind of it's like mastery, right? It's mastery, is what I'm getting with that. So let me pull a healing card. Healing affirmation for this week. These ones are really hard to shuffle. Let's see, what do we got for healing card for the week? Freedom. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, that would be good to say to yourself throughout the week. So it says here, I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. Yeah, this feelings of self-doubt, right? So this is we're digging into some of these wounds that we have. Resentment, that can be kind of that envy, that envious. It's giving me that envious kind of energy as well with resentment. So I work to free myself of darkness. You know, raising, that's, I feel like that's why we're being asked to kind of raise our vibration as well. You know, we're being asked for the universe to raise our vibration and step up to a new level of expression. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. And I feel like here too, this is kind of a collective energy, because we kind of got it going around the world, and we've got this like very yellow energy, which is giving me that, like, gives me empowerment. The yellow always gives me that like fire. I feel like here too. So we're kind of like freeing ourselves from our own kind of like wounds, our own kind of like it's like karmic lessons it's giving me. I cast off negative thoughts, yeah. Feelings of inadequacy, it's giving me self-doubt. Negative thoughts, maybe it's always looking at, because like we have hope here, so it's like sometimes maybe we can just always look at the negatives of the situation, what could go wrong. It's like maybe looking at things like, oh, what could go right? What if everything goes right? Find peace in our heart. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some truths coming in to our heart. I feel like too, we've got this empowered service, so I feel like to our heart, we're being empowered to like step in, to lead like from the heart here. I'm getting. Yeah, being of light within me. We've got that light coming out here. Okay, let's pull one more. Actually, I'm going to pull from this deck here and see what we got. This is another new one that I got. I got a couple new ones. I don't think I need any more. I think I have a problem. If I have any more, these videos are going to be like 3 hours. So yeah, we talked about this one on my Facebook. So we've got deception, false illusion, scarcity mentality, falling into bad habits. Yeah, so we were talking kind of about that distortion with the new card deck that I had gotten. So I feel like here there is some sort of I feel like this is kind of like, so we've got false illusion, so I feel like this self-doubt, you know, some of the thoughts, some of the feelings that you are, I want to say some of the thoughts, some of the feelings that you have are illusions. Especially if you're going through some of this self-doubt, I feel like it's some illusions. There might be an energy of being stuck as well. That's just an illusion. And it's got this here, life isn't a sprint, so it's like, you know, when your energy is stuck. So we're not trying to race through it, and just, it would be nice to, you know, just race through it and be over and done with it. But it's like we need to learn the lessons out of it, you know. So it's like you can have this energy of feeling stuck. You're never truly stuck, but it's like there's something to pay attention to in there, in a little bit of that void maybe. But we're saying movement is medicine, so we're being asked to kind of move, and as well as like stepping into that higher expression, I feel like we're being asked to move into that because we're being invited. But scarcity mentality, you know, that can come up with some fear as well, falling into bad habits can come up with that as well. And with that one there, it's like with this red cape, it's really giving me like a Little Red Riding Hood for some reason with that. So some sort of lesson within that story. Okay, so let's close it out one more and then we will be done. And falling into those bad habits could be like that negative self-talk, that negative self-esteem, negative thoughts, you know. And it's perfectly okay to have those thoughts because they're there for us to take notice. That's why it comes up. But it's like being in that constant state, right? Being in that constant state of that scarcity mentality that it's talking about there. Trying to like raise our vibration. There is some illusions, and like we were talking about this on my Facebook, right? There is some illusion, some deception going on within the collective. So I feel like here there is some deception going on within there as well. I was talking about that in one of my groups. So we've got the isohedron, and it says speak your truths. So we were talking about the truth, speak a truth, blocking the flow. I feel like here, yeah, journaling as well. I think it's just expressing ourselves. You know, I feel like too, a lot of people that are being called to service are being, you know, you are being called to be your authentic self and expressing yourselves, expressing your gifts, expressing your joy, your love within that. Then we've got number 20 here. So I feel like here, with that, we've got this energy of partnership, and I feel like here it's like I feel like this is with your guides or with the divine here, that partnership with that, you know, speaking your truths, you know, your downloads, your anything that you feel called to express. I feel like you're being asked to like speak your truth, because I feel like it's going to be really grounded within truth, because we've got this platonic solids connected to the earth, and then we've got this kind of like almost like this diamond within here. So I feel like here there's something really of value there when you do speak your truth. There is this like diamond. That's what it's giving me for that. So I hope that serves you. I'm just going to pull one more here, because I like pulling these ones, because I like to see like any outside energy that's coming in. Forgot I had these ones. This one's going to be really long. So we got this Gaia Gateway activation. Yeah, that's what I was saying about like the grounding. Learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence is coming out here. So I feel like here we've got this whole global, I feel like this is kind of a global, the Gaia Gateway, like I was saying, we're kind of stepping into like this is almost like a gateway here. I feel like here we're stepping out, but also too, I feel like this is a global activation. So yeah, we've got the Ascended Masters here with that wisdom, that learning, those lessons within our journey, and then the wisdom, you know, it's like being always prepared here. It's like we've got this wisdom. We're learning the wisdom in the journey. It's not just about like getting through it and finishing it and saying, okay, we did it. We're learning the wisdom in it. We're learning the teachings within that. And then earth intelligence. So you might be having a lot of things pop up around, you know, grounding, around Gaia. So there's some sort of activation that's happening. And I feel like here it might be some sort of collective, because whatever, like as we awaken, Gaia awakens, and as Gaia awakens, we awaken, because we're one and the same. So I feel like here Gaia is also awakening here because we've got this activation. Yeah, we've got this like activation here. So I feel like here there's going to be something we're in the earth here that we're being called to. Some sort of wisdom. There might be past, like Earth Akashic records it's giving me as well. Earth's records, because there is Earth's records. But yeah, so we'll have to see what comes up about that. But I hope that, you know, that gave you some clarity on, you'll have to let me know about this week, see what comes up for people. So thank you for listening. Bye.